Is this thing on? Are we live? Is this thing on? Are we live? What's going on, Disco Ball Nation? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I know I am. You know why we're having a wonderful day? Because we are drafting here on Drafters Fantasy Best Ball Tournaments. We're in the $3 mini. We're in the lobby. We're ready to draft. We're ready to get busy. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you have not done yet, and you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really helps our channel grow. We just did a giveaway, a milestone giveaway yesterday. We hit 150 subscribers here. Very blessed for that. Next time, we're going to give away 3 drafters, 2 milli entries. Bada bing, bada boom. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you support the channel. We really appreciate it. Just give me a second. Just got to pull this up here. And we're good to go. How's everybody doing today? Let's Kobe and the Cattle Dogs gave me the all clear. Thank you. Let's give a special shout out to all the disco balls who were able to make it. We got Sean Willie up in here at the 105. Love you, buddy. Carl Ramrod at the 106. Good to see you in here, boss. We got Jonesy Juan Kenobi. We missed you terribly, brother. We missed you so much at the 107. Yours truly at the 108. Quasi at the 109. Angry Elf at the 110. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 disco balls back to back to back to back to back to back. It's going to be a freaking snipe show. And I'm here for it. This is the first time we've all lined up back to back to back to back to back to back. And I'm excited. This is amazing. I can't wait. Jonesy and I were literally just talking, saying, like, I can't wait to snipe you if we draft, right in front of each other. And here we go. We're going to have a snipe show. So after we make our first pick, we'll tell you what we're doing and where we're doing it at. But, yeah, yesterday we had a lot of tragic injury news, some contract drama. And today, it's kind of like a refreshing start for us football heads, for us football purists, because there's nothing to talk about except for good football, like really good football. And by really good football, I mean phenomenal, spectacular one-handed catches. Those catches today were off the chain. And like, they were all insane. They were all phenomenal. They were all highlight reel caliber. But George Pickens, he just does it, man. He just does it, and he keeps doing it, and he's not going to stop doing it, and I love it. I love George Pickens this year. I'm so high on George Pickens. So as I said, we'll tell you what we're doing and where we're doing it at. Right now, we're doing the Drafters $3 mini. Before I go back to the slide, this is not a mock draft. This is a real money, high-stakes draft. It's a $3 buy-in. First place wins $30,000. There's $200,000 in total winnings. You got 12 people in your lobby. There's 20 rounds of pure chaos. It's insane. You do the $3 mini to warm up for the Drafters $2 million, and these are the tickets that we're giving away. It's a $20 buy-in. First place wins $300,000. $300,000. Yeah, it's a lot of moolah. And there's $2 million in total prizes. And right now, it doesn't look like it's going to fill up. So we're going to get some really nice overlay in there and make some extra cashola. All right. Jalen Waddle. Yes, please. I'm okay with this start. I like this start. So it is best ball format. It's not a redraft league, so there's 0 time commitment. And in my humble opinion, best ball is the most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your weekly roster will be submitted to your weekly matchup. So like we said earlier, no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. 0 time commitment whatsoever. You get to do the best part in fantasy football, and that's just doing the fantasy drafts. You draft it and forget it unless you're winning a really, really, really ridiculous amount of money. Ridiculous amount of money. So if you sign up today on Drafters Fantasy Sports using promo code DISCODRAFTS1, you get up to $100 matched with your initial deposit. Friendly reminder, all transactions are done in US dollars. Why do I say all transactions are done in US dollars and giving you that friendly reminder? Because I'm Canadian. Not only am I Canadian, I'm from Ontario, and Drafters is available in Ontario. So if you're an Ontario guy and you're like, oh man, I wish I could find, one of these apps and sites that we could like do a draft on, you found it. So use my promo code. We will match your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 just because you know me. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Also, they have the Drafters season-long NFL pick'ems. The pick'ems. In the pick'ems, if you put four season-long props, you'll 10x your money. If you put 8 season-long props, I don't know why that was a tongue twister, but if you put 8 of them, it'll 100x your money. So $1 will equal 100. It's pretty ridiculous. Jonesy Kenobi, my dog, he says, I'm here. What's up, brother? Jonesy says, I like the Drafters app update. Like on the... What's the update? Okay. We'll take Jerry Judy. This draft is going relatively strange. It's weird. Calvin Ridley just went in the second round. I thought something was up. Calvin Ridley just went in the second round. That is crazy. It's a good start, but in the second round? I don't know, man. I don't know. Jonesy Kenobi says, I will send you a screenshot after draft. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Jonesy says you can sort by team now, and it looks more inviting and refined. That's good to know. That's very exciting. This is my first draft of the day. Probably going to be my only draft of the day. I'm trying to spread these $3 minis as far as I possibly can. Quasi, where you at, buddy? Lives at Walmart today, and she's like, which flavor of vitamin water do you want? I'm like, the one Quasi likes. I don't even know the name. Just the one Quasi likes. Quasi, shout out to the vitamin water. Brees Hall, yes, please. Ooh, I like this start. We are off to a good start. All right, let's catch you guys up on the draft. At the 101, to no surprise, Justin Jefferson goes, then Jamar Chase, then Cooper Kupp, then Bijan Robinson goes at the 104. Ugh. Our good friend Sean Willie grabs Tyreek Hill. Carl Ramrod takes CMC. Jonesy Kenobi gets Travis Kelce. Yours truly gets Stephon Diggs. Quasi, a.k.a. the two-time. Ain't nothing cheesy about him. We used to call him Queso Dip until we found out he won not first and not second, but both first and second in last year's tourney. So, yeah, pretty spectacular guy. So, we're putting some respect on his name. Wow. CeeDee Lamb went as pick 16. This draft is crazy. So Quasi gets Austin Eckler. Angry Elf gets Nick Chubb because our good friend Art is a Browns fan. Then AJ Brown. Then Amon-Ra St. Brown is the last pick in the first round. The first pick in the second round is Garrett Wilson. Then Devontae Adams. Then Angry Elf Art goes with Saquon. CeeDee Lamb goes to Quasi. We take Jalen Waddle. Tony Pollard goes to Jonesy. Derrick Henry goes to Carl Ramrod. Wow, that's some serious reaches going on right now. Willie grabs Devonta Smith. Chris Olave goes after that. T. Higgins. Calvin Ridley, another crazy reach. Then Jonathan Taylor falls as the last pick in round 2. First pick in round 3 is Pat Mahomes, DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel, Mark Andrews. Willie grabs Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen goes to Carl Ramrod. Josh Jacobs goes to Jonesy Wankanobi. Speaking of Josh Jacobs, it appears a source very near and dear to my heart, Jonesy Wankanobi. He is also known as Best Ball Jonesy on Twitter. He showed multiple sources and multiple leaks of the Las Vegas Raiders willing to go ahead and sit down and have a contract renegotiation with that man, Josh Jacobs, which is kind of shocking to me. And at first I said fake news, and then he showed me like 3 sources, and I'm like, okay, not fake news. So yeah, Jonesy gets Josh Jacobs at a really good value, pick 31 if Josh Jacobs does play. We snag Jerry Jeudy. Keenan Allen then goes to Quasi. Christian Kirk then goes to Art. Jahmyr Gibbs then goes after that. Ramondre Stevenson. Wow. Ramondre Stevenson is the last pick in the 3rd round. First pick in the 4th round is Amari Cooper, then Lamar Jackson. Drake London goes to Art. My dogs are going crazy about Josh Jacobs. DeAndre Hopkins goes to Quasi. We take Breece Hall. Najee Harris goes to Jonesy. Christian Watson goes to Carl Ramrod. Justin Fields goes to Willie. Ooh, Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields. Willie's the only guy willing to risk it for the biscuit. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Mike Williams. Terry McLaurin's the last pick in the 4th. First pick in the 5th is Travis Etienne. Then Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Brandon Ayuk. DJ Moore goes to Willie. So Willie's got that beautiful stack of Justin Fields and DJ Moore. Carl Ramrod gets Tyler Lockett. Deontay Johnson goes to Jonesy. We're on the clock, so we'll catch up with that in a sec. We'll take Kyle Pitts here. After Jonesy grabs Deontay Johnson, we take Kenneth Walker, and I know he's hurt. But I'm expecting everybody to fade him. And if Charbonnet's injury is worse than everybody thinks it is, Kenneth Walker is going to jump up to the 2nd, 3rd round. So great value here. TJ Hawkinson goes to Quasi. Trevor Lawrence goes to Angry Elf, our good friend Art. Then Alexander Madison. Last pick in round 5 is Chris Godwin. First pick in round 6 is Mike Evans. George Kittle. Angry Elf reaches on Darren Waller. I mean, if you like your guys, you like your guys. I'm assuming he's also going to grab Daniel Jones later on because he does have Saquon Barkley as well. Cam Akers goes to Quasi. We take Kyle Pitts. Hollywood Brown then goes to Jonesy Wankanobi. So he's going super robust RB time. Gabe Davis goes to Colin Ramrod. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes to Big Willie style. So we got a robust RB disco ball, and we got a 0 RB disco ball. And this draft is very interesting. ADP has shaken up. Damian Pierce then goes Miles Sanders. J.K. Dobbins. Last pick in round 6 is Michael Pittman. First pick in round 7 is Jahan Dotson. Why is Dotson falling so far? This is a weird draft. I like it. Jonesy Wankanobi says, damn it, Disco. I'm assuming that's on the Breece Hall pick. I like me some Breece. Jonesy says, robust RB time. He also says, technically, he can sign a 1-year deal, I believe, but it's something if they at least negotiate with him. Fair enough. Fair enough. How's everybody doing today? Everybody having a good day? I'm having a wonderful day. I'm having a phenomenal day. Just waiting for our next pick here. Dallas Goedert goes. James Conner gone. Rachaad White gone. I mean, technically, we do need a quarterback. George Pickens gone. That's the guy we were eyeing. Technically, we do need a quarterback, but I don't know if I want to reach on Deshaun Watson. Maybe he'll come back to me. But then again, I'm just putting my hopes and dreams out there, and I know that our followers, our disco balls, are also here back to back to back to back to back with us. So we'll see how it goes. Carl Ramrod. What are you drinking tonight, Carl Ramrod? I want to know. What are you having? Brandon Cooks. I like it. I like it. That's a very nice start. And Jonesy's on the clock. And yeah, I'm expecting. What was the name of that wide receiver? I gotta find what that name of that wide receiver was from that Jets one-handed catch clip, because I'm expecting people to start snagging him. Oh, we're on the clock. Deshaun Watson, Jonesy Wakanobi heard my dreams and my prayers, and he sniped him from me. So we're going to take another running back we were really high on, but we need more exposure to, and that's David Montgomery. I like that pick a lot. Let's see what the hell that guy's name was. Jason Brownlee, undrafted free agent rookie from Southern Miss. Did you guys see that catch? It was pretty sick and spectacular all at the same time. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was an absolutely incredible catch. And then Joshua Palmer had an insane one-hander. And then George Pickens, like, I'm telling you, this guy's going to have an OBJ-like catch this season and just, like, become a fan favorite. And everybody's going to want him in these drafts. And he's falling right now. Sorry, George Pickens. Into round 7, pick 77. I'm so high on this guy. And you can get him as a wide receiver 3 or flex. Willie just got him as a wide receiver 5. Willie's just saying, I don't want any running backs whatsoever. Give me 0 running backs. I'm okay not drafting any running backs. This is a very interesting start for him. All right. I'll take Treylon Burks. That's an exposure pick. I don't love him. I generally don't love him, but I also see him having a couple like really good, spectacular spike weeks, and he did look good when he was healthy last year. So yeah, I'll take Treylon Burks here. We're off to a very solid start. We do need quarterback, but we're not reaching. We're not reaching for anything right here. We're just taking best available as per usual. Everybody's like, oh, the way to go is 0 RB, or the way to go is robust RB, or the way to go is one quarterback, or the way to go is, you got to get stacks and double stacks and triple stacks. The way to go always is to just take best available. And I know it's such like a Bill Belichick response on like, what's your draft approach? Take best available, whoever fits our team best. That's who we're going to take. And that's who we're going to, suit up. And that's who we're going to go play ball with. We're on to the Cincinnati Bengals, and that's our team. It's literally the best approach. It's simple. Because everybody's going to tell you 0 RB is the vibe. 0 RB was the vibe because nobody did 0 RB last year. Now that everybody and their mom is doing 0 RB this year, it might no longer be the vibe. Sean Wilson says, Disco drafts 1 cotton candy. I like how everybody's face is so zoomed up now. This is cool. How did I do that? I like it a lot. Say handsome fella. That's Sean Wilson. Say handsome fella. Cotton candy. What happened? What happened to your tiger tail? The moment we sat down after the stream last night, my wife and I sat down, and she's like, "Ooh, President's Choice has tiger tail. We should try it." I'm like, "Nope, nope, definitely not. No way, ever." So yeah, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, you wanna get Patrick Mahomes because he broke the league last year. You wanna avoid Justin Fields because he can't throw." And it's like everybody's stuck on last year, and last year, is just that. Leave it behind. Adapt. Try to get relatively creative, but also don't try to reinvent the wheel. Best available is always the best approach. And we're on the board. Best available, Dak Prescott. See? We're fucked. We got Dak Prescott. We're screwed. I have faith in Dak Prescott. I will always have faith in Dak Prescott. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not a Cowboys truther. I'm not a Dak truther. But I will always have faith in Dak Prescott because the upside with him is immense. We know what he's capable of, and I think that like the pressure's finally on Dak, where it's like, okay, it's no longer the coaches, it's no longer, the contract, it's no longer, the team. It's like you got paid, everybody's like putting up with you and dealing with you. But like they left a bad taste in everybody's mouth last year. Even if you hated the Cowboys, that last play was a disaster where Zeke snapped the ball, got absolutely trucked, and then Dak hit a check down to lose the game. And it's just like at some point, Dak needs to take ownership of this franchise and of this team because, the surrounding talent's not going to be there forever. They brought in significant pieces. Like I've always been high. I've always been high on Brandon Cooks. I'll still be high on Brandon Cooks. Like I love Brandon Cooks. I think he's such a tremendous flex wide receiver 3 value in these drafts. Like so high on him. And Brandon Cooks is only going to create more freedom for Dak. Now, am I sold on Tony Pollard as like the bell cow every down 300 carry back? No. That's why I don't get too much Tony Pollard. I'm not sold on him being that every down, every carry back, but I'm also not fading him as well. All right, we got Dak Prescott, and we'll take. We'll take Jameson Williams. I don't have much exposure to him. I hate drafting injured and suspended players. But we're trying to set something up, so we'll see how it goes. Just trying to take a look at all the quarterbacks who've been taken off the board. Yep, we're doing all right. So yeah, man, I have faith in Dak. I like Dak. Quasi says I'm here, but no phone. But on the phone, sorry. What's going on, man? What's going on? Jonesy One Kenobi says, looking like your boy Tune might start some games. He is getting hyped up big time by the team in the Phoenix area, I heard. Listen, man, we call our shots and we hit more often than we don't. Clayton Tune, and it's Tune. Clayton Tune is the truth, man. That dude is a phenomenal athlete. If you look back at him and Tank Dell at the University of Houston, those guys ripped it up, bro. Those guys ripped it up. And Clayton Tune's an athletic specimen. He's an athletic freak. They brought in Clayton Tune so Kyler can rest and so they can tank the season. But it doesn't mean Clayton Tune's going to play horribly. Now, I think that his arm translates to the NFL level? Maybe. I think he's going to be a good like dink and dunk kind of quarterback. I'm not expecting a lot of like volume in terms of like 4 or 5 passing touchdowns per game. But like he's a serviceable quarterback with elite rushing upside. He is a little bit undersized, but he has spectacular rushing upside. Clayton Tune is the truth. And I'm telling you, man, like everybody was so high on like Brock Purdy when Brock Purdy came in. I just found the next Brock Purdy long before anybody else did. So it's nice when we call our shots and our shots hit. Jared Goff, that's the guy we were waiting for. Best available. Let's go. Jonesy said, Tune, LOL. It's all good, bro. No need to apologize. Nobody's perfect, but you and my wife are the closest thing, Jonesy. I missed you, man. It was so weird drafting without you. It was so weird celebrating our huge 150 subscriber milestone after 2 months of streaming and not having you there, buddy. So I'm so glad to have you back. And like we haven't drafted with you for like 3 days. I was starting to think you didn't like me anymore. It's my dog. It's my boy. I think having Dak Prescott and Jared Goff, I'm okay at a 2 QB build here. Should I reconsider? All right, Dalton Schultz, another just exposure. I much rather get Chigoziem Okonkwo here, but I have way too much Chigoziem Okonkwo. He's officially surpassed Jelani Woods as my most drafted player. Right now, at 23%, it's Chig. At 22%, it's DJ Moore. At 20%, it's Chase Claypool. And also at 20%, it's Deebo Samuel. Also at 20%, it's Jelani Woods. And then like a bunch of like 18 and 19s like Jaden Reed and DJ Chark, Samaji P. Ryan, Damian Pierce. Got way too much exposure to those guys. So yeah, this is a very unique draft for us, a very unique start, and I'm really liking it. I like our team a lot. I like our team a lot. I think I can afford to get one more tight end here. And I really do like the wide receiver talent we have so far, and I really love the running back talent we have so far because we got them all at great value. And these are all guys that like have asterisks, quote unquote, attached to them. And like where people are selling, I'm buying, man. I'm all in on Brees Hall this year. I'm all in. I'm all in on Kenneth Walker this year. You know, and I'm all in on David Montgomery. David Montgomery is 10 times the player Jamal Williams is. And you don't bring in a David Montgomery expecting him not to run the rock. And then again, everybody's going to be like, oh, well, you don't bring in Jahmyr Gibbs expecting him not to run the rock. Wrong. Like, you bring in Jahmyr Gibbs because he is a spectacular athlete with the ball in his hands. They're going to scheme around putting both of them on the field. At the same time, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to play like your veer, reverse, running back, slot receiver role. And you're going to see a huge impact in his receiving. So whatever his... Does anybody know what the betting prop on Jahmyr Gibbs receiving receptions is? Because whatever it is, I'm smashing the over. 100% smashing the over. And the fact that I just had this epiphany live with you guys, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, we're about to make our next pick. So we'll talk about everybody's draft. It's so cool, sniping everybody. I like this. Loud noises. Jonesy, you're up. Make your pick, kid. Oh. Did Jonesy fall asleep on us? Jonesy. Okay, we'll take Gerald Everett here. Not a bad pick either. So yeah, it's a good start. It's a good start. So now we're just going to start smashing running back value, some wide receiver value, and we'll be fine. And for Jonesy, going with a robust RB start where he goes Kelsey, Pollard, Jacobs, Najee, he's doing pretty well at the wide receiver position. He goes Deontay Johnson, Hollywood Brown. Then he sneaks in Deshaun Watson, Quentin Johnston, Romeo Doubs. In the 10th round, he gets Kadarius Toney, then Juju Smith-Schuster. Then he snags Tank Bigsby and Roschon Johnson. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. I like it. It's a very unique draft, buddy. Very unique. And like Romeo Doubs, I know we said it last year, but Romeo Doubs looks exceptional in camp. I like it, it's up to Jordan Love this year because offensively they got a very solid offensive line in Green Bay. They got one of the best, if not the best, running back duos, running back tandems with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs are going to take the top off of any and every defense. Oh, the only guys who are available for me to draft right now are guys I have way too much exposure to at the wide receiver position. I'm going to reach for Jeff Wilson because, like, I just got to get my guys. Jeff Wilson's a starter this year so far. He's a starter. So, yeah, they got Romeo Doubs, who is a deep ball menace in terms of, like, just being a jump ball guy. They got Christian Watson, who is a deep ball menace in terms of yards per separation. Like, this guy is just a burner. He is so fast, so stupid fast. And then they got Jaden Reed, who could play that short dink and dunk game as a check down release and also give them that run after the catch aspect. And Luke Musgrave is a relatively solid rookie tight end. So what it comes down to, because their defense is probably the best in that division. Like, I don't think any other defense in that division can really compete. Like Detroit's abysmal. Minnesota only got worse, in my opinion. And Chicago did get a little bit better, but their corners are still god awful. Their corners are still horrible. They'll play the run well though this year. They'll definitely play the run well this year. So yeah, they play. They're great at defense at every position. Their linebackers are solid. Their pass rush is great. Their interior line is strong. Their defensive backs are all phenomenal, led by Jair Alexander. So what it really comes down to is Jordan Love. Can we see Jordan Love make the right reads in this offense that Aaron Rodgers refused to run? And can he make something happen here? And like that's why I want to buy as much Jordan Love this year as possible. The fact that Jordan Love's going in round 14, I don't know, man. I think he might finish as like a top 12, maybe even sneak in the top 10 as a quarterback this year. I'm so high on Jordan Love because like it's his season. Like he will either make this season something Packers fans will remember and then also make them forget about the other guy who left them, or he'll just like completely bust. But I don't anticipate he'll bust because, you know, it has nothing to do with the reports I've read. It's just like the situation that they've built around him is phenomenal. Who's his backup? Who's Jordan Love's backup? I want to know. We'll take Curtis Samuel here. I think he's a decent value as well. I really wanted Marvin Mims, Quasi. I got a lot of exposure to Marvin Mims, so I'm all right. Jonesy says Packers insiders are saying Dobbs can very much be the number one, but it will be a 1A, 1B. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Rodgers should have stuck around one more year because even though they're not like a Devontae Adams kind of deal, what they're building there offensively is pretty terrifying. Like, it seems like there's zero ego there, which is a great thing as a team and as a unit. And it seems like everybody is starting to like come into their own. And Jayden Reed plays such a physical style of football as a receiver that like he in my opinion is that missing piece. Everybody's like, who's going to play tight end for Green Bay? And everybody's going Luke Musgrave. And yeah, he's a promising tight end. But I say they use him more as an extra offensive lineman. So the guy who's going to absorb those like middle short routes, those flats, those dink and dunks, those, you know, deep posts where he's got one-on-one with a safety, that's going to be Jayden Reed. And it's like he's the guy where the missing targets are going to be going to. And he's the missing piece. And I'm so high on Jayden Reed. So high. And yeah, Jonesy took him. I'm trying to see, did you get Watson? No, you definitely didn't get Watson because you went robust. Christian Watson, not Deshaun Watson. Where did Christian Watson? He went to Kyle Ramrod. All right, after we make our pick, we'll tell you what we're doing and where we're doing it at. John Mechie, yes, please. Almost clicked on Tim Patrick accidentally there. That would have been weird. That would have been real weird. Sean Clifford, the guy they drafted this year, is the backup most likely. Okay. Jonesy Juan Kenobi says, damn it, Disco. Hey, man, you put it out in the universe that you wanted to snipe me. Guess what? Get sniped, bitch. Get sniped. Again, you betcha, bud. You betcha. This is called the petty bank. You don't come out there in the Twitterverse or the Xverse or the SpaceX social media and say, I'm going to snipe you and expect not to get sniped. You put it out into the universe, that kind of negative stuff. I'm putting it in the petty bank and I'm coming for you, boy. I'm coming. All right. I love you, Jonesy. So we're going to tell you what we're doing and where we're doing it at. But before we tell you that, let me let you know something. Let me let you know English. Allow me to explain to you that this is in fact is not a mock draft. This is a real money draft with real money implications. We are currently participating in the Drafters $3 mini. It's a $3 buy-in. First place wins $30,000. There's $200,000 in total winnings. We use these as a warm-up for what's called the Drafters 2 million. This is the big ticket deal. Okay, it's a $20 buy-in. First place wins $300,000. There's $2 million in total winnings, which is absolutely extraordinary. And it's in best ball format. And best ball, in my humble opinion, is the best way for you to draft. You got to fill a lineup. You got 20 rounds. The positions you need to fill is 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted into your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench. No more waiver wires. No more trades. None of that garbage. 0 time commitment involved whatsoever. So if you sign up today using promo code DiscoDrafts1, you get up to $100 matched dollar for dollar with your initial deposit, because those folks up in Drafters, they like me. And because they like me, and you guys like me, they like you. So if you like me and I like you and we like them, let's like the video and support the boy Disco Drafts 1. Also, we got some really exciting news. We got this guy who is considered one of, if not the best ball drafter ever, coming on to our show August 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Jonesy, can you let people know what this gentleman's name is that'll be coming on the show, since you're the one who went out and made the introduction and got it all set up? Yeah. Jeremy Thiel says, I like that. I like you. I like you. You legend, you. You legend, you. Man, I'm about to. Quasi and I are looking like, and Art, we're looking like we might catch up with our good friends Snowman and Dorsey in No Draft Land. It's a weird feeling. All right. Okay. I'll take Marvin Jones. I do need a little bit more correlation here with my Detroit stack. Wonder where Laporta went. I'd be shocked if Laporta went anywhere but. Wow, Zach Charbonnet still went in the 9th round. That's crazy. Sam Laporta, where are you? He went to Carl Ramrod. Telling you, man. Jonesy Wakanobi says, I saw someone take Mike White before Ritter was taken earlier, and no, he didn't have Tua. Some people are getting desperate with their correlation. Very desperate. Like, way to throw away some money. That's crazy. Hopefully, a Ritter or... Oh, no, never mind. Mac Jones is taken. So hopefully, like, a Ritter is available in the last round, just so we can consider taking another quarterback. But Jimmy G still available. Baker Mayfield still available. And our boy Clayton Tune's still available, so I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so Jonesy didn't hear when I asked him to say the name of the gentleman. The name of the gentleman is Justin Herzig. He won the first ever Best Ball Mania on Underdog. He's placed top 3 every year in Best Ball Mania. This guy, without a shadow of a doubt, is top 5, if not, the best ball player to ever do it. And we're going to have him here on our show in a Drafters 2 Milli on Tuesday, August the 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm very excited to pick his brain. And if you guys have any questions to ask the man, feel free to jump in the chat. Feel free to jump in the draft. I would love to have nothing but disco balls and Justin Herzig in a drafters 2 million lobby. I'm putting it out in the universe. That would make me that would mean more to me than 500 subscribers today. That's what would mean most to me. Just filling up a drafters 2 million lobby. We came really close the other time. We went what 10 out of 12. So I mean, we could do it. We could definitely do it. So we're coming up soon. And then after we make the next pick, we'll start talking about everybody else's draft. We'll take Jimmy Garoppolo. And I know I said I'd be comfortable having two quarterbacks with Dak Prescott and Jared Goff, but Jimmy Garoppolo is just another one of those guys who could have a spectacular week when both of those guys have a bad week. And I'm not high on Jared Goff. I'm not high on I'll tell you right now, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the more I think about it, the more I dislike it. And I'll tell you why I dislike the idea of Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'll tell you. You want to know? It's because he plays for the Detroit Lions. And when you're high on a Detroit Lions player, they tend to let you down and break your freaking heart. At their peak, that's where you get their worst. Don't believe me? Do some research. Do some research. All right. With our last pick, we're going to take Sterling Shepard, and our draft is over. So let's look over at our Disco Balls drafts. Trevor Lawrence went, this is Angry Elf. Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud, Desmond Ridder at the quarterback position. To start off his running back position, he went Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, James Cook, Jerome Ford. So he's got a nice little double stack there with Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford. Chase Brown and Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn's looking good in camp. I saw another clip of him today on a flat route. Deuce Vaughn. Christian Kirk, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Nico Collins, Darnell Mooney, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Paris Gamble, Devontae Parker, Darren Waller, David Njoku, Jake Ferguson. He's always going to have an element of Cleveland to him, which is going to give him a benefit because a lot of people fade Cleveland Browns, and he's a fan. Let's look at Willie. Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields. That is sick. That is sick. Isaiah Pacheco, Dalvin Cook, Khalil Herbert, Jerick McKinnon, Jamal Williams, Devin Singletary. 0 RB, and you did pretty well with it, man. Not going to lie. Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith, DJ Moore. Oh. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Oh. George Pickens. Wow. Rashid Shaheed, Corey Davis, Matt Collins, Greg Dortch, Cole Kmet, Taysom Hill, Kate Otten. Sick draft, buddy. Crushed it. Kyle Ramrod, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Sam Howell, CMC, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, AJ Dillon, Brian Robinson, Latavius Murray. So he stacked Purdy with CMC and Howell with Brian Robinson. Christian Watson, Tyler Lockett, Gabe Davis with Josh Allen, Brandon Cooks, KJ Osborne, DJ Chark, Robert Woods, and my man. This is how I know you like me, and this is why I like you. Demario Douglas. Right here. And he goes with the double stack at tight end to pair with Gabe Davis and Josh Allen with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, which is such a solid fucking move, if you ask me, for the tight end position. You could only do it with 3 tight end groups, and 2 of them I would rather do it with than the third. First one is the best one, which is Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. The second one, which is starting to make headlines in New England camp, is Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki. The third one, Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. And the fact that you got Sam Laporta on their bye week is pretty solid, man. But the Demario Douglas pick, solid. I love it. I love it. I love that I've been rubbing off here. Quasi, aka the 2-time. Russell Wilson, can he pick it? Yes, he can. Ryan Tannehill. I think this is your Ryan Tannehill week because I've seen it with him a couple times. Austin Eckler, Cam Akers, Samaje Perine, Damian Harris. I like your running backs. Chuba, Ty, Chandler, Evan Hall. CeeDee Lamb, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Jordan Addison, Cortland Sutton, Alec Pierce, Marvin Mims. I like that Marvin Mims pick. So you got Russ, Pirine, Mims, Sutton, and then TJ Hawkinson and Tyler Higbee. That's why you're the 210. That's why you've won twice. All right, let's look at our good friend Jonesy, and then we'll finish off with us. Deshaun Watson, Jordan Love. He went with a 2-6-10-2 build. Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs, Najee Harris, Tink Bigsby, Roshan Johnson, Zach Evans. I have 0 Zach Evans. And I also have 0 Josh Jacobs. Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson, Hollywood Brown, Quentin Johnston, Romeo Dobbs, Kadarius Toney, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jaden Reed, Darius Slayton, Justin Ross, Laviska Shenault. So they're calling him the Carolina Debo. I'm not believing that hype. Travis Kelce, Luke Musgrave. Very solid draft, bro. All right. Last but not least, yours truly. We went Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo at the quarterback position. So we went really late with our quarterbacks. We went with only 5 running backs. We went with Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Jeff Wilson, Gus Edwards. We went 9 wide receivers: Stephon Diggs, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Treylon Burks, Jameson Williams, Curtis Samuel, John Mechie, Marvin Jones, Sterling Shepard. We went with 3 tight ends: Kyle Pitts, Dalton Schultz, Gerald Everett. I like my team. Jonesy Wakanobi says he won't be Debo, but I think he's talented enough to be a primary focus in the offense. Like, I see no lies because, like, nobody there stands out as a primary focus. They just got, like, a bunch of, like, journeymen. Bunch of journey guys who, like, each will have their week to perform or not perform. They're definitely going to be an interesting offense. They have an all-star cast there, but yeah, I'm not. I look at Carolina as a whole, and like the only guy I want for spike week purposes off of ADP is DJ Chark and Jonathan Mingo. Other than that, I don't want anything to do with them. Maybe Chuba, because like I believe Miles Sanders hates football. It's my take. If you don't like it, it's fine. It's on you. But anyways, guys, God bless you. Appreciate you. Thank you for helping us reach our milestone yesterday. Let's keep on keeping on. Let's plug away and work to 200. And that way I'll give you guys 3 tickets, 3 $20 value tickets, drafters, 2 million entries at our next giveaway. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have some Dalvin Cook news. Peace.